Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy J Mid, and look, y'all, I'm once again back with another video. Now, look, y'all know the drill. Before we do anything, appreciate all y'all for love support. Right, we're on the road to 5K subs. Right now, today not going to be a long video because I got a very interesting question from somebody, and it's going to be the title of this video. Right now, the DM says, "Yo, J Mid, why is nobody talking about the user agreement? I know that a lot of people signed it, but a lot of them didn't read it." Right. The user agreement basically said that 2K is not at fault for these issues that people are experiencing while they play the game. Your thoughts on this? Just curious. So first of all, appreciate the DM. Like I said, y'all can DM me anytime and ask me questions on how I feel about the state of what's going on with this franchise. I'm gonna be strictly honest with y'all though, bro. I don't think the user agreement is the reason to why this franchise is failing, bro. Like, hear me when I say this. Now, when I say this, I'm not sure because I don't know like everybody's experience, right? I don't know if people have just like started playing 2K, what, 2K24, 2K23. I don't know. But what I'm getting is from a lot of people that are asking me these questions, it's like they're surprised, like 2K is failing. And it's like, bro, this game hasn't been right in my opinion, and I'm not even gonna say 2K20, right? This game has not been right in my opinion because last time I checked, when 2K20 was out, people didn't really like that game. I wasn't a fan of 2K20. I went back to 19, right? While 20 was out, right? Only reason why 20 was getting hype is because of quarantine, the COVID situation, right? But if you right now think like, man, this is user agreements, y'all didn't pay attention, y'all didn't read what they actually talked about, so y'all can't get mad. Like, I feel like that's not a fair argument. You see what I'm saying? Because first of all, well, not first of all, but second of all, the user agreement they've been had that in the game, right? That's been a thing since I believe like what 2K22. I knew it was in 2K23, right? But that's not like, oh, they got a user agreement. Y'all should have read it, right? It's something new. Like, no, that's nothing new. The user agreement is nothing new, right? They've been had that. That's why I put so much blame on the devs. Like I said before, the devs are nowhere to be found as I speak. They're nowhere to be found. In my last video, I literally explained to y'all, Mike Wang has not said anything since last year, bro. Or you want to argue a couple of months ago, but y'all get my point. He hasn't said anything since 2024, right? Mike Wang, he ain't said nothing. Baluba, right? So I need some of y'all to stop. And again, I'm not just talking about the person that just DM me. I'm talking about anybody that feels like this because you're probably not the only one who feels like, bro, it's the user agreements that's ruining the game, right? Like you're probably not the one that feels like that. But I need a lot of people to stop trying to look for every other like thing to point to instead of the dev team. Like the dev team, the problem is gameplay. Like I said, the gameplay. The dev team is nowhere to be found when it comes to gameplay. When y'all are missing wide open shots and you previously just hit 4 to 5 threes, guess what? That's the devs, right? They're in charge of gameplay. I can't look at a user agreement and say, bro, I made the last game I shot 4 or 5 from three. My next game I can't make a shot. That's not user agreement, bro. Right? That's 2K in gameplay. One, we know there's RNG everywhere in the game, but I'm tired of sounding like a broken record. My whole point is we gotta stop. I feel like as a community, we have to stop looking for excuses for 2K and just start blaming the people that need to be blamed, the devs. If the devs were around, maybe I have had a different approach. Maybe I'd be like, well, the dev team, they have been around. They have been trying to talk to the community and figure something out and try to figure out how to get back on track. But that's not the case. We're in a situation to where, we're in an era to where 2K drops the game, right? They bring back things that were previously in other 2Ks, but they'll make it a different color or a different design when it's nothing new, right? They keep bringing back jetpacks. They keep bringing back these go-karts. It's nothing new. They keep bringing back these animals, these tigers. Instead of focusing on basketball and, gameplay, they're focusing on adding all of these avatars and banana suits, Santa Claus mascots. It's like it's not focused on basketball. See what I'm saying? But I feel like if the dev team was more involved, I might have a different approach to say, you know what, maybe we got to stop just look at other things instead of just trying to blame the devs. But your devs are nowhere to be found, right? Like I said before, when you guys are missing and you know your shot, that's not user agreement, bro. That's not. It's most likely RNG, right? We know what the game is, but RNG is not user agreement. That's your devs. The people who design this game, the people who develop this game should be the ones be getting blamed. Look at it as if in IRL, in real life. And see, this is what I'm talking about, because a lot of y'all like this real life talk. In real life, if you have a job and the custom, and I'm talking about for 3 years in a row, right? It's not getting good views. It's not getting good reviews. At some point, I'm pretty sure the person you work for is gonna be like, yo, we gotta improve this. This ain't right. I don't know what y'all are doing back there, but these customers are not happy. You see what I'm saying? And what I mean by these customers, I mean the 2K community. A lot of the community, they're not happy with 2K. You see what I'm saying? So they got to figure something out to improve. I don't know if you got to maybe communicate, try to figure out what is making them unhappy, but instead they just brush everything off and like, no, we just gonna try to move on to the next game, and that is the problem, bro. You see what I mean? So, like I said, the person that messaged me this, that DM me this, like I said, Ryan ain't gonna say no names, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's the user agreement. Like it's more than that. We have to stop looking for excuses because, like I said, in real life, if you had a job and your job was getting bad reviews for 3 years in a row, right? You might lose your job. You might lose your job. But because for 2K, it's been the only basketball product for the last 3 to 4 years, if I'm correct, they get a pass. And that is what I'm not gonna, that's where when you see these guys like Stacks and Evan say you gotta be professional and I'm not with that, bro. And I'm not with that because, like I said, it's been years and the game is dying and getting worse. And instead of improvements, worried about, man, you gotta be professional. You can't say these things. And it's like, well, guess what? When people are still professional, the game is still trash. And it's not even about being like, oh, like, you gotta talk people a certain way. It's more of, bro, it's been years. This is not the first time 2K is on a downfall. This game has run on a downfall ever since after 19, in my opinion, right? Some people might say during 18, which yes, 18 was a bad game, but it wasn't, like I said, bro. 18 was a terrible game, but 18 just had a lot of glitches and bugs in the game. Like you could still play it, but it was a bad game. 25 is bad all around. And 25, it's like they're trying to like rob you, like because your gameplay is not their approach. We already know that microtransactions their approach, right? I just told you on the last video. You go in all of these stores on 2K in the city. All of these things cost at least 25,000 VC, right? VC don't grow on trees. When you play my career, you're not getting VC to where, oh, all I got to do is play my career and I'll be able to upgrade my play. It don't work like that. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think I have not one 99 overall player on the game? It's not worth it. You see what I'm saying? But like I was saying, we as a community have to stop trying to look at other things to blame, right? And say, it's this, that's like, no, the devs need to get blamed. How many years are we going to keep doing this? Like, honestly, seriously, how many years, bro? How many years are we going to keep blaming everything else except for the devs? Where are they at? They're not talking to us, right? I was about to say y'all, but I'm gonna say us because I'm included in being a part of the community, right? But there is no involvement. The only way you can get a dev's attention is it's got to be like a clip of you like raging probably and saying like, oh, everybody should be fired, and then they'll be like, oh, this is not the right way to get the attention of the developers. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Because when you have regular complaints, that gets ignored. I mean, how many years in a row do we have to see this? But like I said, see what everybody's saying is, you know, when that GTA 6 drop, they'll get back on track. Bro, it shouldn't take GTA 6 to get 2K back on track because in the first place, they should have kept their focus on basketball, not microtransactions, right? But that is why in my videos, I've had videos saying the dev team should be fired, right? Because there's no involvement. I don't care. Yes, there's a user agreement. That's in every single game, bro. See what I'm saying? How many bailouts? How many excuses, right? I've already said multiple times the player base, that's not the dev's fault. However, when you have matchmaking and you take that out the game, especially for solo rec, right? That I can look at the devs and say, okay, why would you do that? Because that tells me the devs don't know their community. Because a lot of us know right now when we play solo rec, you probably get put on the team to where they, you're going, it's like you can tell in the first quarter you're probably going to lose strictly because you know your teammates ain't it. And it's not even about being elite or good. I mean, you're playing solo rec, but it's the lack of fundamentals. So you're like, yeah, we're gonna lose this game. So it's not even about like people think they're good things. Like it's not about that. It's about you already know you're probably gonna lose because like fundamentals. I definitely agreed. And when it was when we talked about well the park and things like that and you could argue squad rec, you don't want to play skill based matchmaking because it would get very tiring, right? I know, like I get it. Which I'm having, like I said, at this point, I'm with just make rec for randoms, kick everybody out after one game. If you want to play five, just go play prime because, like I said, there's no balance. And again, this is another thing to where 2K not understanding their community, right? You can't have squad rec and you got three people going in with two they don't know, and then y'all playing a team that literally play like got chemistry, played the whole year. You see what I'm saying? To where it's unfair, it's not balanced. So again, how many years are we gonna? But J Mid, that's not the devs' fault. How is it not? You want to know why it's the devs' fault? Because they don't know their community. I'm gonna say this again. The reason why I blame matchmaking on the devs is because they don't know the people that play this. They don't understand. Like I said before, if they had a thing, because people said this numerous times, there should be a ranked mode and then a unranked mode. If you guys really know this community, right? Do you honestly think if they had a ranked mode and a non-ranked mode, where do you think the so-called wannabe sweats are going to play? Like, let me ask you that, right? A lot of y'all are not understanding the community. It's okay to be honest. The so-called people that swear they're good, right? They're going to go pick on the people that are not playing ranked. Because in their mind, it's free dubs. You see what I'm saying? See, I know that with the community, right? Some people think like, nah, if you had a ranked and a unranked mode, like it would be fair. It wouldn't be fair because the so-called people that are so-called trying to sweat, they're going to pick on the players who just want to play normal. So that's what I'm saying. You got to know your community first. I definitely agreed with, bro, you shouldn't have skill based matchmaking in park. That is definitely, yeah, that's a no go. I mean, why was that even ever a thing? That's park. That should be for everybody, right? But for solo rec, you should have kept that in there because you got randoms who are getting put with people who lack fundamentals and it's unfair. And then you got the other team doing emotes and dances, doing TikTok emotes and dances like they're good. And it's like, dog, you just got the better team. Like the team I'm on, they lack fundamentals, right? I have no control over that. But like I said, bro, as a community, we got to stop saying the user agreement and other excuses, right? I appreciate it, DM. Like I said, y'all can ask me, bro. I'm gonna answer it, but I just need this community to just stop looking for bailouts and let's call out the problem, bro. We know Ronnie 2K is not a dev. I'm talking about the people that developed this game. They need to be held accountable because this is not the first year. A lot of y'all probably just started playing 2K, 2K23. You're not familiar what has been the trend. The trend with 2K these past couple of years is failure, right? And they get, a so-called excuse because it's the only basketball game and people are not so-called thankful. And it's like, bro, it's not even about that. It's about the fact that the game is tiring to play. It feels like a 9 to 5 when you play solo. And on top of that, the game is not tolerable, which we've said that numerous times. But I need people to wake up and realize, man, we gotta look at the people developing this game, making these decisions, because they are the ones back there, not us. We're in the community. Yeah, we can use our voice, which some of y'all are scared to do. We can use our voices and have our opinions, but we are not the ones making these decisions. We're not signing off on these, right? Mike Wayne can be in a Twitter space and saying, well, as a community, we got to have balance. But when the game is out, you're nowhere to be found. And I know Mike Wing's not the only dev, but my whole point is he be in these old Twitter spaces before the game about to come out, right? Saying, okay, there needs to be balance. There needs to be a connection at some point to like y'all actually care about the game instead of just going off of, well, I was in that Twitter space and I was saying, we gotta have some balance. How do we get there? Bro, we get there is y'all experiencing what everybody else is experiencing. Well, like I said, they still don't know their community, right? They don't. I just said before, if you have a ranked mode and a unranked mode, the players that are supposed to be playing ranked are going to attack the unranked players because they're going to look at it like it's free pizza, bro. See what I'm saying? And everybody knows that, right? That's what I'd be saying. A lot of these dudes that's on purple status, they're not purple players because the reality is they play people that are every time when it's time to play somebody on purple, the so-called people that average 20 a game or they got an 81%, they get cooked and exposed, bro. Because the reality situation is they're not that good. They're not even average. They were playing up on bums, right? Had a little good game here and there, but when it's time to play somebody on the same status or color, all of a sudden they can't do the things they were doing. But I know the community. I know there's certain people, and majority of people that play this game right now, they're playing rec. They probably think they're so-called good. I know I'm not good, right? But I do know this game hasn't been right the last 2 to 3 years. And I also do know it's not because user agreements. I know it's because your devs they're not familiar of what their community really is. You see what I'm saying? They're not. Have you noticed? And here's what's worse about it, right? Madden does a better job than 2K with questions like this. Because I don't have you guys recalled when Madden has looked bad and people are not happy, and Madden will be like, "We hear your frustrations. We're working on trying to improve. We're working on trying to get better as a company." You don't see that from 2K. All you see is let's just get into the next one. That can't keep continuing, bro. That let's even though 24 was terrible, even though 25 was bad, and I know you're gonna say, bro, 24 was terrible. 24 was a bad game. It was. It was. Okay. 25 is worse. Yes, but 24 was not a good game. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You look at 24 compared to 25, you might be like, bro, nah, 24, something 24 wasn't that bad. No, 24 was a bad game. The reason why y'all are saying that is because 25 is worse, right? But like I was saying, Madden does a better job because Madden actually says, we hear you guys' frustrations. We're trying to work on things and improve. Hopefully y'all stay patient with us. With 2K, you don't get that. You know what you get? 9,000 animations, right? That's what you get. They don't care. And that's why in a lot of these so-called videos from people that make content, they might seem, not professional. They might seem kind of frustrated because this is not the first year, bro. And when we look for, excuses, that's what in my opinion, what gives the devs a pass. Like, oh, well, so the community asked for this, the extra that. Yeah, but how many years has the community asked for things? And this game, once again, it's in the same situation. What situation is that, Jay? The game drops. People are playing it for the first 2 weeks. About a month or so, people realize this game is trash. This game is not balanced. This game is inconsistent. This game is not the most important fun, right? To where the game dies out and you go back to hearing these rant videos, right? That's the situation that 2K has been in the last 2 to 3 years. And we haven't seen no signs of growth or improvement, bro. But like I said before, your devs need to take some accountability in that, right? Because that's what you guys are gonna say, like, bro, the community, people ask for things, Jay. They listen, right? And here we are. But guess what? How many years have we done that? And we find ourselves in the same situation, in the same position. We're not, like I said, you don't even see a step forward. You don't even see them saying, we hear you guys' frustration. You guys are not happy. How can we improve that? I can tell you right now, if 2K were to come out and saying our dev team is going to be more connected with the community, so stay tuned, people would actually probably like, I might have some belief in the next 2K because their dev team is going to be more around and connected and familiar with what's going on with the community. So we'll have ways to connect with the devs and try to get an understanding in their approach on how we feel about the experience, right? But you're not seeing that. Let me guess. Oh, I mean, they're only. I don't care if it's the only basketball game. You see what I mean? Like, and that's what people keep saying, bro. It's the only. I don't care, bro. That doesn't mean the game should be one of the worst experiences. That doesn't mean the game shouldn't make me legit want to fall asleep instead of playing the game. The game. I don't care if it's only a basketball game, bro. We find ourselves in the same spot for 3 to 4 years now, right? That's what we do. And then we go back to these videos, rinse and repeat. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of that, right? One, because y'all know I'm not a, I told y'all, bro, just because I'm competitive don't mean I'm some type of hateful person that some of y'all think I am. Y'all think like, oh, all you do is like you angry. And it's like, no, I'm just competitive. But what makes me frustrated is the fixes and the answers, or at least like an attempt to fix what's going on with 2K. There's no approach. There's no approach. It's let's move on to the next one and rinse and repeat. You see what I'm saying? And I grew up a huge fan of 2K. Didn't even have the game, right? Like like I legit, I was what 9, 8 years old. I'm watching a Chris move, right? I'm watching these content creators, and I'm like, bro, I don't even got the game, but this game looks so fun, right? And to see where this game is now, it's it's just a sad story, bro. Because everybody done gave up. Everybody's like, man, like it's over with. Unless we actually, as a community, y'all, unless we call out the real problems instead of trying to find excuses, I can assure you we will find somewhat enjoyment or that fun figure that we should be experiencing on NBA 2K. But if we keep going with these excuses and, well, they listen to the community, we're not going to get anywhere, right? I was in those Twitter spaces when Mike Lang was in there. I was. I actually spoke in one of them, right? He probably already know who I am, which I'm not. Like, that's not the point I'm trying to get across. So the point I'm trying to get across here is that's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be more Twitter spaces, and people are gonna be like, oh, like Mike Wang's in it, he's listening, but that's a Twitter space. We need him to be more than just in a Twitter space. He needs to be in. He needs to actually be a person around in the community, right? Like that's what needs to happen. We need devs actually involved, right? Like actually, okay, like how do you guys feel about what's going on with the gameplay this week, right? Like we actually need people that care. We don't have that, right? So like I said, I need a lot more people to actually call out the problem, bro. Can we do that? Can we please do that? Okay? And a lot of gonna be like, well, bro, when you just brought up the skill-based matchmaking situation, that's something that the community complains about, right? The reason why, like I said, is because people don't know their community. The devs do not know the 2K community, right? Every interview, you'll see a dev like, we got a sweet community. These guys are super. No, that's not what this is, bro. When you play 2K, you know what type of community it is. It's toxic and it's hate and it's weird, bro. Bro, we know the real. If you play 2K, you know how this community is. You can legit play solo rec. You can play park. If y'all winning the game, but the person not scoring the ball, they got a problem, right? I don't want to hear this community is nice and like, no, that's not what this community. That's not what 2K is. It's just like COD. COD ain't no sweet community. No, it's toxic. You see what I'm saying? But that's been the approach of not only the community now, but gameplay experience. That's what I'm saying. You might as well not even load up the game at this point. You're gonna be in an argument for something dumb, for something stupid. You see what I mean? So there's no point of some of y'all loading up this game. We need more voices, then we can get somewhere. Until then, I don't know what to tell people because, like I said, bro, this is not the first year. This is not the first year that this game has been failing. This game has been on a downfall for 3 years straight. 3 years straight. I don't want to hear no excuses, none whatsoever, right? No excuses. We shouldn't need another game to push 2K to be that game that we all grew up watching and wanting to experience, right? Well, I can't speak for everybody, for some of y'all, right? But that's where we are. And until, like I said, we start calling out the actual problems, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to be trying to figure out anything because that's the approach. How many excuses can we find? How many of them? You guys asked for the old park spec, right? 2K says, okay, we're going to do that. But we're not going to give you that so-called nostalgia with gameplay back. We're just going to put the old environment back. But let's keep gameplay super slow and boring. That's not nostalgia. That's like slapping somebody's head. You see what I'm saying? That's like you sell a product, but it's not what you really asked for. It's like, oh, we gonna give you this product, but we're not gonna give you what you really need for you to actually enjoy this product. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not getting what some of y'all paid for, right? You're not getting that. That ain't right. That's like you go to a restaurant, you order some food, they don't give you the right food, but because it was on the menu, hey, that's you ordered. Like, bro, that's not what I ordered. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no, bro. They asked for the old parks back. They did it. Y'all still complain. Like, they really didn't do what some of y'all asked for, bro. Because nostalgia means something that you actually were enjoying, right? People weren't saying bring back the old parks just to bring them back. They wanted to experience not only the old parks but the gameplay too. Like I said before, if you were to play 2K24, you would think, okay, 25, they can't get worse than this, right? They can't get worse than this. Oh no, they did. They found ways to get worse. They found multiple ways to get worse, right? And that's what's sad about it. It's like 2K finds ways to, instead of improving, let's make them more pissed off, right? Let's add the jetpack. Let's bring back the top. Like, bro, these are not nothing new, okay? It's nothing new. Oh, they brought back the rewards that some of y'all were saying were like, I don't care about rewards. Who loads up on NBA 2K to worry about rewards, bro? What are we doing here? People load up 2K to play basketball. But guess what? That ain't the focus. You see how that's not the focus? The approach is not even basketball. You already know the key word, bro. And I'm tired of repeating myself, but y'all get my point. Like I said, we got any of y'all got any questions to ask me? I will answer, bro. Like I said, bro, you know, I can understand why you would feel like, okay, well, the user agreement, you know what I'm saying? You know, it tell you what they're gonna do and what to look forward to, but this is not the first year they've had a user agreement. It's not. This game has more problems than user agreements, right? And people need to be called out on it, bro. Like I said before, if I had a job and I was doing and I had people complaining about me for 3 years straight, I would be in major trouble. They wouldn't brush it off and be, oh, we the only store around this area, so it don't matter. If I for 3 years straight, if people are telling me like this is not what they're looking for, there's no way I should get, oh, keep doing what you're doing. No, no, the job, if they should look at that and be, okay, how do we improve this? There's got to be ways to improve it. But instead with 2K, we don't do that. And that is a problem that I just can't get with. That's why I'm not going to be the so-called, nice guy. I'm going to speak my mind because this is 3 years in a row now, 4 years probably, right? And we are still here saying the same things, saying the same problems, right? But instead of addressing the problems, we look for ways to give excuses. Other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Y'all be good. Like I said, 20-some minute video. I didn't really want to make it this long because, like I said, I didn't. I mean, I don't like sound like a broken record, but to give fair criticism and a fair reply to the comment, I didn't want to just try to seem like I just want to add gasoline to the fire, bro. You see what I'm saying? I just wanted to give my opinion and see how you guys feel about it, bro. Right? Because like I said, as of right now, we're not getting anywhere with just trying to find excuses for this company and this franchise. Okay, we're not getting anywhere. Like I said, why do you think people leave when they get an opportunity to leave? Why do you think they do it? See what I'm saying? But you know, that's all I really got to say, bro. I'm out. Y'all be good, man. I'm going.